Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program Fuckers. And today I'm doing a video. This is a paid review. And this is for my good friend Glenn. And he goes, Greg in Vancouver. And he's got two questions. Glad to see you back on track, Archie. The first question is are we paying to play or just suckers? Regarding in-house proprietary movement servicing. Interesting question. Are we paying to play or just suckers? Now, this is a very interesting question. And I got to answer this and tell you, in all honesty, it's not just the in-house movements that are causing trouble. In fact, a lot of makers, manufacturers, suppliers who use generic ETA type movements, they do a little bit of finish work to make the parts almost proprietary. So it can become a bit of a horror story. Like people say, I don't mind the ETA movement because I can get it serviced at a fair price. Well, the only problem is if anyone does send that watch back to the manufacturer for additional service, you can find out the hard way that they really stiff you up by saying, hang on a minute, this watch has not had genuine parts put into it. And they will take those parts out, put new parts in, and give you the bill. So it is a bad situation. What's my view as far as proprietary movements go? What is my view? And my view really is, fuckers, is that it really is just how the whole watch industry is going. And what's my own opinion on ETA movement versus the proprietary in-house? And the honest answer is it's getting to a stage where most watches now, it's really getting to a stage where if something goes wrong, you've got to send it back to the manufacturer for dealer type servicing and problems. The independent watchmakers are this is one of the key reasons why I love Rolex so much, is that Rolex, yes, they make all their own movements, all in-house, but there's so much parts out there. If you've got a watchmaker with experience, an independent can usually fix the problem. So it's kind of a sad realization that in this watch industry that's out there, they're really trying to keep all this service work to themselves. And the Swiss are absolute cunts. They are absolute cunts. And that's what they're trying to do. I mean, it's like General Motors saying, no one else can service the car. And they won't supply parts to independent mechanics. And it's a very nasty environment. But the reality is they're all moving that way. Rolex is moving that way. Omega's moving that way. So many of the brands, they are trying to keep that servicing business to themselves because it's lucrative. It's highly lucrative, highly profitable, and it's really quite fucked. It's really quite fucked because if you're not careful, you can spend more than the watch is worth in servicing. So they become a bit of a liability. So pay for play. That's sort of the situation with a lot of watches out there. My own opinion is I tend to think Rolex is probably the safest bet out of them all because there is so many. If you've got an Explorer 2 or a Datejust, you can get the thing looked at. There are so many independent repairers who can do the work, like Jewelers on Time. They can do the work. Some of these brands like Breguet and things like this, well, you've got to send it in to Breguet to get the parts. No one else has the parts. AP is the parts are damn expensive. So is it pay for play? You betcha. This ain't a fucking free world. It's all pay for play. But I think your safest bet is to go for a brand like Rolex, who has so many parts out there. Even though they want to stomp on that independent repair work, they can't. I'm Archie Luxury, answering a question for Greg in Vancouver. Tell me what you fuckers think of that.
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece. We adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on Time, simply the best.